Hi there, this is Shelley B from Handwork Hangout. I'd like to welcome you to our How to Crochet series featuring on the half double crochet. So let's get going. Here's what you're going to need to get started. Some yarn, worsted weight or whatever you have on hand, a crochet hook of the right size to go with the yarn you've got, and a quiet place to practice, watch the video, and don't forget to rewind if you have trouble. You can focus as long as you need on whatever part you're getting stuck on. So here we go.
Okay, then let's learn how to make the half double crochet. If you are in Britain or across the pond somewhere in Europe, this is often called a double crochet. So just don't be confused if you see them used interchangeably in a pattern. It's usually both names are given so that people, no matter where you live, you don't get confused. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in the third chain from the hook. So here's how we count those. You can count 1, 2, 3. So in this one right here, okay? Now what we're going to do, I like to just pinch it so I know where I'm going. Now we're going to yarn over and push our hook through that chain and pull up a loop. And so you'll notice we have 3 loops on our hook. And how we're going to do that is yarn over and pull through all 3 chains. And there's your first stitch. And you'll notice we have 2 here. There's the 2 chains that we skipped make your first stitch. So that's 2. And now, so we're going to do that again. We're going to yarn over, go through the chain, grab the yarn and pull through. Now you have pulled up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 at once. All right, watch me do that again. Oops, got to yarn over. Go through the chain, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over and through. Okay, now I'm going to finish the row, and then I'll show you how to turn your work. Here we go, yarn over, through, up. Now this is my favorite stitch because it goes really fast. It builds quickly because it's rather, it's taller than a single crochet. So the fabric builds quickly, and it's just a flow to this stitch. It's just my favorite go-to stitch when I want to just make some fabric quickly. I think it's also kind of pretty. All right, now that we've learned how to do the half double crochet and we've completed 1 row, let's learn how to turn our work and do a second row. So once you reach the end, what you're going to do is chain 2 and then flip your work over. On your pattern, this is going to be called reversing your work or turning your work, okay? So just so you know what to look for on in your patterns. Now, your first 2 crochets here are going to be, you take up the space and count as your first stitch. So we're not going to go into this first stitch. We're going to go into the second stitch from the hook. So yarn over and then go under that stitch. Make sure you go under both loops of the stitch from the previous row. Whenever you're doing just, working a row of crochet, always go through the 2 stitches, both loops from the previous stitch, unless your pattern specifically tells you to do front loop only or back loop only, and we'll cover that in another video. So yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have our 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. All right, and you've just completed your first stitch of the second row of your half double crochet. So yarn over, go through the next stitch again. Make sure you go through, go under both loops. I'll show you. So you've got both of them there of the previous stitch. Pull up your loop, yarn over, and pull through. And if you look real close here, I hope you can see this. There are holes in the crochet, and that is where you're going to go through. Okay, that's how you know where the stitch is. So we're going to go under, pull up our loop. Try and go slow so the camera doesn't blur out on us. Pull through. Yarn over, under both loops of the previous stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3 loops on your hook. All right, one more time. Yarn over, under the 2 loops of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, now if there's something that you are unclear about, if you need to watch it more times, pause, rewind. This is your friend. That's why the video is so beautiful. You can watch it 20 times if you have to get it right. And don't be embarrassed. Sometimes I watch it over and over and over and slow it down even so I can see what the person is doing. Okay, yarn over, through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, through all 3. Yarn over, under the stitch, pull up a loop, or through the stitch rather, and through all 3 loops. The last one, pull up a loop, through all 3. And I'm making that large so I can take my hook out without being in danger of losing it. And there we have 2 rows of half double crochet. And again, if you're worried about this end, just plump them up, make it nice and square. And as you continue to build rows, it will square these ends off. So don't worry if you know it seems a little rounded rather than square. As you do your 3rd row, that'll pull that up and it'll make it nice and flat and straight, just like the rest of them. All right, so have fun with your half double crochet.
Thank you so much for visiting with us here at Handwork Hangout and taking the time to learn how to crochet the half double crochet. For more how-tos and inspiration, stop by handworkhangout.com because we are a group of just kick-ass needle nerds covered in bling. Our motto and battle cry, if it stands still, embellish it. Join us if you dare.